a few words of admonition, and then we'll go into worship. I hope the choir, they are ready. When you hear the word worship, what comes to mind? There are a lot of misconceptions about worship. For instance, many of us view worship as that time when we sing slow songs. So we say we are worshiping God, right? That's why in church we break it into two. We say praise and worship. So when people are singing and they are dancing, we say that one is praise. And then when they become sober, we say that one is worship. But is that really what worship is all about? Worship goes beyond the songs that we sing. Worship is the willful giving away of ourselves to God. When you willfully give away yourself unto God, you give away your thoughts, you give away your feelings, you give away your emotions, you give away your substances just to get God's attention. That is worship. So the number one ingredient of worship is sacrifice. Sacrifice. Don't get me wrong, because once we mention sacrifice, we start thinking about money. We start thinking about seed that they will drop on the altar. Sacrifice is when you inconvenience yourself in order to do something that is worthwhile. That is sacrifice. Worship is a sacrifice in that true worship de-emphasizes on whatever might be going on in and around our lives and fixes our focus on God and God alone. You might be in pain, maybe by reason of sickness, maybe by reason of pressure, and then you choose to look away from that pain and you focus your attention on God in order to give him honor and to give him reference. What you are doing is you are giving God worship. Sacrifice, the number one ingredient of true worship. Attention or focus, the number two ingredient of true worship. God must have the whole of your attention. If the honor that you are giving to him must be acceptable to him as true worship. It's a common thing to see when we supposedly say we are in the mood of worship, that we still would have time to be checking our phones, to be replying messages. And sometimes you find some people who call themselves worshipers that are leading the people into the presence of God through worship, and they still would have time to carry their phones and they are recording themselves that they are singing. I'm sure you've seen some of them like that. So the attention is not on God. The attention is definitely on themselves. When the attention is on God, your ears will be deafened to the sound that is around you. All you want to hear is the sound that comes from heaven. And that's why God is not just looking for people that will sing to him. God is not just looking for people that will maintain a posture of worship. God is looking for those who will worship him truly. This afternoon, I just pray that what we are going to be doing this afternoon will be a sacrifice, and that what we're going to be doing this afternoon will be focused on God. In the name of Jesus. Your clappings, your hand clappings could be a worship. Somebody might just be clapping his hands, and the whole of him, spirit, soul, and body, is in it, because he's giving that sound to God as a mark of honor. And that's all he's doing. He might just be clapping his hands for the next 30 minutes. And for someone that is looking at him, is like, what is this one doing? But God is enjoying it, because that is giving God honor. God will accept that one and ignore the one that is possibly singing, moving from one song to another song, that people are looking at as the one worshiping God. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Your silence could be your worship to God. That someone just sits still, and the whole of his focus is on God, and is just admiring the beauty of God, and is just silently expressing his feelings to God without uttering a word. And God sees that as true worship. I'm trying to make us understand. Of course, for another person, it could be the shout that is the worship. One is quiet and is giving worship to God. Another one is loud. But it's loud, but it's focused. And all the shouting, all the screaming, focused on giving honor to God. He's not doing it because he wants somebody to see that he could shout. Something triggered it. Maybe a thought about God. Maybe a remembrance of something God did in his life triggered that noise. And that noise goes to God as his worship. And God accepts that noise as true worship. You might see someone running around in the church, and you don't know why the person is running. And the person is running around giving honor to God. That might be his own worship. Acceptable unto God. Any act that gives honor to God in totality is true worship. Your substance can be your worship. You've thought about all that God has done, and you are thinking, how do I express how I feel about these things that God has done for me? And you decide to get an offering, and you take it to God. That offering is your worship. So all of us might be in the same place, we might be under the same atmosphere, and we express worship differently. What matters the most is that whatever you are doing as worship unto God is sacrificial, and it is focused on God. When we give to God true worship, we enjoy the benefits of true worship. You receive answers to prayers without asking. You receive bodily healing without telling God, I need healing. In fact, the truth is, when true worship goes to God, God presents himself to that worshiper. And once you have God, you have everything. So I don't need to start telling you, you have healing, you have this. Everything that is available in God is made available to the person who truly worships God. We're going to be doing a bit of it here, and then make it a practice. See, Your greatest worship to God is the one that is done in the closet, in your quietness, in the secret place where nobody is. That's the greatest worship you can give to God. Where you don't have the pianists, you don't have the bassists, you don't have the drummer, you don't have anything. And then you could still put yourself in that state where your worship ascends unto God. God seeks for worshipers, those who will worship him in spirit and in truth. That in spirit is not speaking in tongues. That in spirit talks about the state that you are in. You know, there's something they say, the spirit of football entered that person. Have you heard it before? Or they say the spirit of the game. So the spirit of worship means that there is an attitude. There is a posture. There is a state that you are. And God says, oh, this state is acceptable to me. May you worship him this afternoon in spirit and in truth. The truth of it is, the truth in it is, when you say, Lord, I love you, let it be that you are saying it from your heart. The other part of you is not saying, even though you have not given me my rent. You know, it's possible. You are saying, Lord, I love you, but a part of you is saying, but why have you not settled this? So you are already contradicting what you are saying. The truth of it is, it goes out without any strings attached to it. As we worship him truly this afternoon, may we all experience the wonders of worship in the mighty name of Jesus. Let's be upstanding. You're free to take any posture. You're free. If your phone could vibrate to distract you, please switch it off. Nobody is as important as God. Anybody that wants to call you or is looking for you can wait until you are done with God. That's why you are here. Forget about the shop that you left. The people that will come and patronize you, even if they come now, they don't meet you. As you spend time worshiping God, God will redirect them. They will come back.